Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to take a look at actually this week in September, and we're going to do an alternate layout. So normally my weeks look like this. We are going to, and this works great for me. I like this. It's easy. I'm loving what I'm testing in a planner like this with the A5 size because it gives me extra room to try different things. So since this is my test planner, we're going to actually take this and we're going to try some other layouts. Sometimes you have a week, I put in this job search block, but what I really need is to track how many jobs I'm applying for and what they are, that kind of thing. So I don't always need to block off, especially this big chunk of the day here. And I may have just like one event in the evening, as long as I know that that's happening. I really don't necessarily need to have it all written out like this. So we're going to try something a little different here on this page. We are actually going to put a horizontal layout in here. And that's something a little bit different, but I do want to show you guys that you don't necessarily always have to have a completely different book. So maybe for this week in particular, a horizontal week makes more sense. And so in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to leave this, but I'm going to get rid of these days of the week here at the top. And if you're looking closely, you'll also see that I had some things written in here that I have whited out already. So we're just going to go in here and kind of get rid of those days. So now we've still got the week. We still have the times. I'm not going to worry too much about the times. They really don't bother me. They kind of fade into the background. The headings were a little bit too much. And just because I don't always like all of that, whited out look at the top there, I'm going to go ahead and put some washi tape along the top edge this time. One of the nice things about doing this along the top edge is I normally do it along the bottom edge. So by doing it along the top edge once in a while, that will help keep that bulk from accumulating along that bottom edge. So I don't do this very often. Every once in a great while. I often do this if I'm, for example, going out of town or something, and I know that I'm not going to need that kind of hourly check-in on what I'm supposed to be doing and where I'm supposed to be going, because if I'm out of town, I'm usually not paying attention to those kind of things. So there we go. We have gotten rid of the headers for the weeks. I am going to put the days in on the side here. So in order to do that, if you watched yesterday when I was doing some of these samples of how to use these same supplies, I'm using the same colors and same supplies today, with the exception of adding in my fountain pen. We saw that this was 49 spaces by 33 spaces. I think it might be a little bit less on this. I think I miss a space here at the top, maybe. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and use 6 lines for each day. So I'm going to go ahead, 6 lines will be at the 12. And I'm only going to put these lines on this side of the paper. So we'll do at the 12, at the 9. And I will again link all of these supplies that I'm using. I linked them yesterday, and again, I'm using the exact same supplies as I did yesterday. I am not adding in anything fancy this time. I shouldn't say that. I might throw a sticker on here. You never know. 1, 2, 3, 4. So because I want to do 6, I know it's in 3-hour increments. So that makes that super easy for me. 12, 9, 3. That'll give us 6 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more will make 7. All right, there we go. So I'm going to categorize what I'm going to put in here. So this is going to be the day. So we'll put Monday, and I'm going to look at my week in here because I can back plan what I did at the beginning of the week here. See, we've got Monday is the 15th. We have Tuesday is the 16th. Wednesday, 17th. That's today. Thursday, 18. Friday, 19. Saturday, 20. And Sunday is the 21st. Okay, so let's see what we're excuse me. Let's see what we're going to put where. Let's put, I'm going to kind of write like this is coming out of this line here. I'm going to write events. So that's going to be anything that's timed. And we'll bring it right back into the line. So see, it kind of just comes out of the line there. We'll write, let's see, what else do we want to keep track of on here? Since I don't do this very often, my brain is now stuck here. So that's okay. We'll get through this. There we go. Let's put tasks. And maybe we can put meals here. Should we put meals there? That's an awful lot of space for me for meals. I think I might divide up this last space into I'm going to kind of use some of the categories we used here. Reading, TV time, dinner time. So let's kind of bring this out here. Read and watch and eat. All right. So I am going to add in this pen here. Although actually, let's not. Let's do it with the, let's stick with my supply list. So we'll use this Zig Dot Marker and we'll use the fine line on it instead of a completely different pen. I'm just going to draw a gray line between each of these. All right, so now we've got it kind of separated out here. I can see where I need to be, what tasks I need to do. For example, my kitchen was an absolute disaster today, so one of the things that I know I needed to do today. So you will use the fountain pen here. I've already done this, but this would be clean the kitchen. And I watered plants today. Big thing. Let's see. We're going to put in some highlighted things. We've got 2 on Monday. We've got a birthday on Saturday. And we have got, I think that's it for my all day things. So let's put in Malcolm Day. These are all day, just I need to be aware of events. Sherry's birthday and Sean's birthday. And I'm going to try this layout out because I don't know for sure if I like it since I don't do it all that often. We'll take this dot marker here and I'm going to put in anything that is timed. So on timed events here, this is 6:30 and that was Toastmasters. And I'm actually going to draw a line through that because I didn't go to that. We instead celebrated Malcolm Day. All right. Let's see. We ate at an Italian restaurant and we had on Malcolm and Becky Day, the main event is that we each get to pick the restaurant that we go to on that particular day. So, it's nothing extremely fancy over the top, but we went to a really nice Italian restaurant. So we had prime rib, spaghetti, and gnocchi. I probably butchered the spelling of that, but that's what we had. And I can put in last night we had pizza and ice cream. Okay. Let's see. So here, we'll put in here to here. And that is usually from 5 to 10. We have date night. Let's see. Today, from 4 to 6, we'll talk to my friend Kim. Tomorrow, so because these have a beginning and end, and I guess Toastmasters did too, I could have put that in, but I did not. From 1 to 3, this is my call with my friend Dana. Let's see, on the 19th, So we have got, this is at 4:30, an AIA meeting. And 6:45, the balloon glow. I could have put the glow on the next line, I suppose. Right here from 12 to 4, we have the picnic. And 5, we have the balloon race. Then 9:30 in the morning on Sunday, we're going to do that plan with me. And that will be alive. And then from 11 to 1, I have book club. Now, because I don't have a ton of events going on, maybe you're somebody that doesn't necessarily need to keep track like this every single week. Maybe there are weeks that are more heavily involved this way, and maybe some that are less. So maybe this works better for you in terms of just keeping a list of your timed events. On tasks, I know I'm going to need to get groceries on Sunday. We did get groceries on Tuesday. I need to build some furniture. Tomorrow. And I have a picnic here. I need to make food for the picnic. Here. See, and I need to go through some boxes tomorrow as well. Yesterday, I read Meditations because I have my call with my friend that I discuss it with. So we're going to put read Meditations. And I started reading last week the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And I need to be done with that in time for this book club. So I want to be finished with this here. That's really an important time frame. So I've read it both yesterday and today. I'm still in it, but I've got 3 more days to finish it. Yesterday we watched Unstable, and Monday I did not watch TV. So I've got my media going on, I've got what I'm reading, I've got my food, all of that on just this one page. which is fantastic because let's say I'm traveling and I need a packing list or I need some other list type things. I can put those over here. In this case, I am going to wait a minute and make sure. Okay, there we go. I am going to put my job search here, my job search information here. So I'm trying to get 6 per day. So I'm just going to put a heading here. Let's do that with across these two. This is going to be my job search. And if you were with me on the Plan With Me live, nope, not the Plan With Me live. We did a new spread for the job search last week. And so I'm going to kind of copy some of those things into here. I'm going to put offer, interviews. I'm not going to put as much detail as I put because I would end up using this whole thing. I think I want to use this other space for some different information as well. Sent files, that can include the resume, all of it. And I'll write in if it's remote, hybrid, or on-site. Okay, so that should give me plenty there. We will just put a little line across here. This will be the company. And put a line here as well. And I'll just make it a fairly faint line. There we go. All right. Now that gives me a place to track everything. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of this, which means it'll give me this much extra. So I have plenty of room to write all of the jobs that I contact. Now this line does kind of bother me here. Like I said before, it doesn't always bother me, but in this case it does. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. There we go. All right, no more line. I don't mind that it's over here, but I do mind because I will write over it over here, but I do mind having it down the middle there. So we got rid of that. That's fine. I am going to create a little YouTube planner over here. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's right here. And again, I think I'm going to get rid of the line down the middle here. And we'll put YouTube planner. And I think I draw some lines here. and bottom as well. And I'm even going to go up the side here and over the top. Just to kind of really enforce that this is its own thing here. And we will put in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Put in a little line divider here. And I've got ideas for everything, but I want to kind of mark out something here. All right, there we go. So I'm going to mark in some of the different things that I want to do, but I'm also going to write in here what these mean. So this is going to be script. I don't always script. Film. I do always film. Edit. Upload. I'm putting them here at the bottom so I can see them for every day. I'm not going to care that they get covered up at the end, but that's perfectly fine. I am going to write in what I've done so far this week and what I kind of have planned. So, let's see, on the 15th, we did a magical readathon. Mid-month check-in. And I did not script that. I did film it. Did not have to edit it, although I did have to film it twice, and I did upload it. So this is how I'm going to use this. In the top 10 planning essentials. And I did script that just loosely. I wrote a loose outline. I did not have to edit. Also for today, I want to say I scripted. I'm filming it now. I am not going to edit this. I will upload it, but this is going to be, what should I call this? The alternative weekly layout. And tomorrow I have a Once More with Love. I believe. Might be Every Minute a Story, but I think it's Once More with Love. Haul. A sticker haul. Call this a sticker haul. That Archer and Olive subscription box that I'm expecting is still stuck somewhere in California. It's not moving. I don't know if it just maybe hasn't arrived. It said it departed California and then it hasn't updated since then. And it's been over a week. So I'm not holding out a ton of hope that that's going to arrive in time to do a product unveiling of any sort. I know I have my plan with me live. I know on Friday it will be 7 weeks on YouTube, and we will talk about that. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do on Saturday. I know I talked about playing in DaVinci Resolve, and I might do that on Saturday because, well, I don't think I will. We'll figure out what's going in on Saturday soon. But these stickers are supposed to arrive today, so I should be able easily to do a haul on those. The 7 weeks on YouTube, I usually do those on Friday. I look at my analytics and then I sit down and talk to you and then the plan with me. So that gives me my whole YouTube list. Now I think right here, I'm going to do groceries. Now you may have noticed yesterday and I'm just going to put grocery here because I only want it to take up this space. I know I am going to need to Fairlife milk, 1 Chobani, I'm making yogurt this week, and 1 sweetened condensed milk. I think I'm going to make applesauce this week because apples are on sale. So I'm going to put apples for applesauce. But I'm going to start just kind of a running grocery list here. And then I'll put a task list here. So this is going to be, general tasks that I don't have a particular day for yet. That was terrible writing, but it all works out in the end. So I've got the grocery, I've got the tasks. I did have water the plants was kind of a general. I didn't know what day I was going to get to it. I want to, I need to do some reviews for Amazon. I do a whole bunch of Amazon reviews. I'm part of the program that does reviews. And so I need to review Amazon items. And I'm going to put some check boxes here because I want to review at least 20. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We'll make it 21. So I get these products and I have to review them, and sometimes I get a little behind. Right now is one of those times when I'm a little bit behind because I like to make sure that I try out the products, and I haven't been trying things out as much. So I need to get in and try out some products and get those things reviewed. So any other tasks that come up that are for the whole week, I'll put in here. If they're on a specific day or I know what day I'm going to do them, then I'll put them here. I've got my job search, I've got my YouTube, I've got a good grocery list going. These are just going to be things that we don't get on our weekly grocery run. Like there are certain things that we get every week. I don't ever put those on my grocery list because I know we're getting them every week, like creamer and coffee, those kind of things. But anything that's not a regular weekly thing. And then, and that gives us room to write all that stuff. I like this. One of the things that's missing is I do my, what do I want to say? I do my temperatures, my weather for the week. I like to have that included. So let's do that at the bottom here for each day. We can go 93, 64, 92, 63. I think today is the last of the really, really hot 90-degree plus days that we're going to have this year. So I enjoyed getting outside this morning. It was nice and warm already when I got outside. I have my coffee outside in the morning. And that still gives me room to come in and put in my stamps. So it's been nothing but sunny here, so I will use these. These are not part of my essential items. This is just a little something that I really enjoy. And actually, I should put that it was really hot here. Do the hot sun instead, now that I'm thinking of it. So, put the hot sun. But if you've got a lot of things that you want to write in these back pages and you want to kind of take all of the tasks and things that you might have put on these back pages and get them into the week so that everything is on these 2 pages that you need for the week, and you don't have a lot of events that you need to have scheduled where you need to be using that vertical layout, this is just a nice way that you can use the vertical layout a little bit differently. And you don't always have to be stuck with the horizontal layout or the vertical layout. You can take your week and make it whatever works for you. So hopefully this gave you guys a really good idea of, you know, how you can take something that normally in my planner would look like this and turn it into this. I think that that is actually kind of a useful skill to have in your pocket to be able to kind of make these spreads your own based on what you need for the week and not always feel like you have to do it the exact same way every single week. So hopefully you got something out of that. Let me know in the comments how you like to use your vertical spreads. Are there unique things that you are doing in there? Do you prefer a horizontal spread like this? I have never really gotten into horizontal planning. For me, it just is a little bit harder to follow the events and make sure I'm showing up on time to places. And I get a little lost with my tasks kind of all over the place. I think what I would do with this is to have the tasks that have to get done on that day, the priorities over here, and then anything else over here. So that way I could work through the priorities first, and then I can check over here and see if there's anything else that I can get done if I have more time. But do you like this layout? Is this something that you think that you might use? Is it completely foreign to you? Are you one of those people that cannot bear to plan horizontally in a vertical spread? I know there are a lot of people that get very, very bothered by this kind of thing. if you're one of those people, I apologize. Hopefully you didn't make it this far in the video if this is really kind of getting on your nerves. But if you're looking for alternate ideas, hopefully this helped you a little bit. You can always take these areas and make them completely your own, make them work the way that you want them to work for whatever you need to be doing. So I will talk to you again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be hopefully the Once More with Love's washi unboxing. These are pre-order washis that I believe I ordered back in June that are finally arriving. So again, I'm still not buying anything. My no spend week has gone really well. So I'm not, I'm not buying new things to do unboxings for you, but as things arrive, I want to make sure that I am giving you the opportunity to see what's showing up in my stationery world. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.